This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
Here's your report.
Oh, thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire someone just like you.
Try LinkedIn Hiring Pro. It's more than a job board. It's like the recruiter you always wished you had. Hiring Pro uses real-time insights to match your role to LinkedIn's unique network of professionals and delivers a short list of best fit candidates. You'll spend less time sorting applicants and more time talking to the right people.
Let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
I thought we were going the wrong way. My phone GPS and the street sign said we were going the right way, but as we followed the directions through London, I kept wondering why we weren't getting any closer to, well, a tower. This is Summit After the Storm, and I'm Bart Wilbanks. On our first full day in London, the first stop on the itinerary turned out to be nothing like I expected. And it reminded me that sometimes the greatest experiences begin when we think we're headed the wrong direction. I had booked tickets months earlier for the Tower of London without really knowing what it was. In my mind, I pictured a tall observation tower with incredible views of the London skyline. Instead, the GPS led us to a massive medieval castle. For a moment, I honestly thought I had taken a wrong turn. Once we stepped through the gates, I realized how wrong my assumptions had been. The Tower of London isn't a tower. It's an entire fortress with nearly 1,000 years of history. We wandered through ancient stone buildings, explored the grounds, and saw the crown jewels, something I'd only ever seen in documentaries. As a fan of the movie Braveheart, standing near the place where William Wallace was executed was surreal. History suddenly wasn't something I'd watched on a screen. We were standing where it happened. One of my favorite moments came as we talked with one of the Yeoman Warders. He casually mentioned that he and his family actually live inside the tower. He goes to school there. They shop there. Imagine telling your kids if they leave to be home before dark inside a castle that's almost 1,000 years old. After leaving the tower, we crossed Tower Bridge, taking an incredible view of River Thames. Big Ben eventually showed up in the distance, and the London skyline as we made that walk back towards our flat. It was one of my favorite days in London. And it started with what I thought was a mistake. Life has a funny way of doing that. Sometimes we become so attached to what we expect that we almost miss what's actually waiting for us. A career doesn't go the direction that you planned. A relationship changes. A dream takes an unexpected detour. At first, it feels like you've taken the wrong turn. But years later, you realize the detour became the destination. If I had judged the Tower of London by my first impression,
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
I would have missed one of the richest experiences of our trip. Climbing Kilimanjaro taught me that same lesson. There were moments when the trail didn't seem to make sense. We would climb away from the summit instead of toward it. We would descend when we were supposedly ascending to the summit. It felt backwards. But the guides knew the mountain far better than I did. Sometimes the safest path doesn't look like the shortest path. And sometimes the route that feels wrong is exactly the one that gets you where you're supposed to be. Proverbs 3 verses 5 through 6 says, "Trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight." God often sees the destination long before we understand the route. If life feels like it's taking you somewhere that you never expected, don't assume you've taken the wrong turn. You may be standing at the entrance to an experience that's far better than the one you originally planned. To all of you who listen each day, thank you for being part of this journey. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Monday, our story involves one of Britain's most recognizable traditions, where precision, patience, and purpose come together in a way that's about much more than a ceremony. Until then, keep climbing. Poly poly.